guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Chasing the Sun, where we do everything RV and van life full-time living. And today I'm going to give as much information that I have learned in the first few days that I have been to the beet harvest. So make sure that you call and verify all of this stuff. This is just what I have learned in a short amount of time. And I want to make sure that I don't mislead you. So double check everything that I am saying and that I have learned just to be sure. Okay? So the beet harvest is generally runs from October 1st until the end of the harvest. And it's sugar beets. And I found out that 60% of the sugar content of food in America is grown in Minnesota, South Dakota, and North Dakota. That's pretty cool. And that's what I'm doing. I'm at the sugar beet harvest. And it's one of a couple of jobs that van lifers and people that live in RVs and travel, it's one of the two top jobs that we have. You work for a month or so, and I'll explain that in a minute, and you can make a few $1,000s. It's really a good deal. And the other one is Amazon, and I may in fact do Amazon, or I may do tree farming this December, but I'm not really sure, but we'll get into that. So the beet harvest. So generally, like I said, it goes from October 1st to the end of the month, and when you sign on to work the beet harvest, you're signing up for those 4 weeks. Now there's actually only 2 or 3 weeks worth of work, but they schedule you for an entire month because generally 90% of the time there's weather, and by weather I mean it's cold, it's wet, it's too hot, it's too cold, and all those things are affected by how much time you can spend in the cultivating those beets. So I guess a couple of years ago they had just a straight 2-week season, plenty of workers, you got in, you got your 12 hours a day, you got your money, and you left. The last couple of years though, as I'm sitting in, I don't know if you can see that, it's like almost 70 degrees on my thermometer there, temperature gauge there. It's been beautiful and wonderful since I've been here. Very little rain, 60s and 70s, 50s at night, but I don't really think it's going to stay that way. So, but the last couple of years they had kind of bad weather, and they went until November 7th. So, yeah, but in order to be eligible for the bonus, and I'll explain that in a minute, you work your hours, and then you don't miss any shifts. You can't miss a shift. If you miss a shift, you do not get the bonus. And the bonus your first year is 5% of the gross, and that's paid in December, right before Christmas, which is kind of nice. So if you make $3,000, you get $150. It's 5%. If you come back the second year and you get 10%, so it's 5% for the first year and 10% each year after that. So yeah. So, as far as what you're going to be doing if you decide to go to the beet harvest, I misunderstood this. I thought it was a very physical, demanding, lifting stuff, and you would have to, run around crazy and do all of these things, and nothing could be farther than the truth. Most people, and I say most, can do this job. Basically, there are a couple of different jobs that you can walk into. The first one is just a helper. There's a thing called a piler where they pile the beets up and they shake off all the dirt, and you're getting it ready for them to come in and to put into a freezer or to process, or however they, whatever is next for them. And I'll have some video on that as we go. But that's the most common job. It's just called a helper. You sit there, you push a button, you take beet samples and you put them in a bag and you stick a sticker on them, and so you're just basically, it's not a hard job at all. It is very, very, very easy. It can be dangerous because you work long hours. It's 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, unless there's a break in the weather, and it normally does. There normally is that, so be ready for that. Be ready for cold, be ready for long hours, be ready for you got to show up, you got to be respectful. It's like any other job. And everyone that I've met here is fantastic. I've met Mexican Americans, I've met African Americans, I've met somebody who is a raft guide, which it's the seasonal. This guy has done this for years. He does the summers of rafting in West Virginia, and then he'll go to this in the fall, and then he'll go to tree farming in North Carolina, which is really cool. I've met, all different kind of people, and for the most part, 99% of those people have been amazing. It's fun. It is long hours. I'm not going to call it a hard job, but I'm going to say you got to show up. You got to be respectful. You got to, just like any other job, and do your work. So, like I said, 90% of people can do this, but I can't overestimate or underestimate how much you need to have, long johns, jeans, good boots. Doesn't have to be steel-toed, but good boots. If you don't have boots, they're not going to let you work. So, two pairs of socks, long johns, and then 2 or 3 or 4 layers. The more you work, the more you're gonna get warm, just like any other job if you've ever worked outside. And I can't tell you how important that is, because so many people come up thinking, well, it's 70 degrees when we start, and in 2 weeks you got, it's 30 degrees, it's snowing, wind is blowing, and all that. Now, if it's a blizzard, you're not going to be working, but it does rain, and you work through the rain. They do have raincoats where I'm working, so just be ready for the cold weather, so okay? There's also another position. It's very hard to get. Like I said, most of us are going to be doing the piler helper, but there's a position that's in the scale house, which that's usually people that have been here for, that have done it time and time again. And so that pay starts at $16.45 an hour, and I'm going to go through the overtime and all that in a minute. But just walking in, you make $16.45 an hour, and if you work a 12-hour day, which is what they want you to, which is their goal, you would work 8 hours at that, and then 4 hours at time and a half. Again, I'm going to detail that in just a second. And there are a few skilled labor positions I guess I interviewed. They threw me in a skid steer, which is a little bulldozer to clean everything up and stack beets. It's really cool. It's really small. I really liked it. I honestly don't know if I'm going to do that or not, because I get restless. I need to move. I don't know if I can sit down for 12 hours a day. But the other thing is that it's heated and cooled. I can have my music on. I can, I take breaks whenever I want. There's a whole lot of freedom and warmth in that position. I may end up doing that. And it's $1 something more an extra. It's $17.74 an hour. So whereas the helper is $16.45, the skid steer is $17.74. There's also another skill position. I believe it's called a piler operator, and you're kind of in charge of everyone. Generally, you'll have 4 or 5 people running a pile. And again, I'll show you that hopefully in some videos what I'm talking about. But the helpers are on the ground, moving stuff around, cleaning stuff up, taking the tickets from the bus driver, staying safe, cleaning the air, making sure you're not tripping on everything. And then there's a piler operator, and I believe that's $17.45 an hour. I don't want that job, because you have to look out for everyone. It's a safety issue. Now, I would consider it after I knew what the heck I was doing, but until then, that piler operator is responsible for everybody's safety, and since I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not interested in that. So, okay. So those are kind of the positions that you can get, and I'm going to break down the money. So, like I said, a helper is going to get $16.45 an hour, and again, they want you to work. You will work 12-hour days when the weather cooperates. So the first 8 hours will be at $16.45, and the next 4 hours will be at $24.73. So what that is per day on a weekday, it's $232.52 on a regular 12-hour day. $230 on a regular 12-hour day. Saturdays are paid at time and a half if you work the entire, and again, you have to work all 7 days for this to work out. So that's why I really can't tell you how much money you're going to make, but I will give some parameters in a minute. So if you work Monday through Friday, your 12-hour shift, which is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Let me say that again. More than likely on your first year, this is my first year, I'm going to be working 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Or you could, if you got lucky, or if that's what you wanted and they had room for you, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay? So on Saturdays, 12 hours, and that's at time and a half, at $24.73, you would be making $296 for Saturday alone if you work the previous 5 days. 296 days, $296. If you worked Monday through Friday, that would be your pay just for Saturday. Sundays, it's double time. If you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, on Sunday, you're going to make $32.90 an hour, and that's $394 for Sunday alone. That is good chicken scratch, man. I don't care who you are. $400 a day is amazing. So that's for the unskilled helpers. For the skilled positions, the skid steer, the pile operator, those that are they consider skilled, on a regular weekday for the first 8 hours, you're going to make $17.74, and that's $141.94. And for 4 hours, you're going to be making $26.61 times 4 hours, and that's $106.44. So that's $250 for skilled operators per day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's pretty awesome, man. And a Saturday at time and a half, which is 12 hours at $26.61 for 1 day on a Saturday. If you work the previous 5 days, you'll make $319. Same as on Sunday, double time at $35 an hour. That's $425 for 1 day. Again, good chicken scratch. So in this scenario, you work Monday through Sunday, an entire week, every second of 12 hours. The unskilled position makes $922 a week. Pretty good, pretty good. And if you were to work 3 weeks in a row and out, you could just take almost $3,000 for 3 weeks worth of work. Now, I don't know if you're going to get 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks. There's no way to know, but you can pretty much count on a couple of $1,000s walking in if you work all of the shifts. And then, of course, I think it'll be closer to $3,000. And the same thing with the skilled operators. It's $992, basically $1,000 a week. So I don't know where else you can go in 3 weeks and make $3,000 in our lifestyle and be unskilled. And I don't mean unskilled in a bad way. You will learn skills here, but I'm just saying pretty much anyone can do that. So there you go. You do get several breaks at night, and the different piler operators will operate it differently. The one that I trained on was an amazing group of Mexican American females who kicked my butt. They were so sweet. They were little, and I'm this really 6'4" guy and huge. They kind of were sweet and made fun of me, and they're like, "Come on, Grandpa," and they were very, very nice, and they taught me a lot of stuff. They were amazing. So what they did was you got a 15-minute break in the morning, and then a 15-minute break or at the beginning of your shift, 15 minutes at the ending of your shift, and then 2 30-minute breaks in the middle. And of course, you got paid for all of that. Now, you're gonna have different foremans, you're gonna have different companies, you're gonna have different. Just to let you know, you're gonna have plenty of opportunities for breaks. If you smoke, obviously you're not gonna smoke while you're working. You'll have to do that at another time. So. All right. Yeah, again, the weather, it can be from 70 degrees to 30 degrees. Dress warm, layers. Be careful. Make sure you have a couple of pairs of gloves, a scarf, a nice. They'll give you a hard hat, and then of course if you wear a winter hat over it, you just adjust the size and do that. So, yeah, plenty of breaks to eat. I can't tell you enough. You got to have good boots. If you want to do this, go spend $50 at Walmart. Mine were $44. Where mine at? Hold on. $44 at Walmart. They are steel-toed, but you don't need. These are Herman Servoirs. Mine are a size 13.5. And they're beautiful, steel toe, very comfortable. Walmart, $44. Get a pair. Okay, so as far as the locations go, like I said, Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota. I only know about Hillsboro, North Dakota, because that's where I'm at. They pay for your camping. You get free camping. If you watched any of the previous videos, I've been here a week. They brought me in super early. I've just been chilling. It's been wonderful. You got electric, full sewers, laundry here, showers, everything that I need is perfect. You can walk up to the gas station and they have, it's like a block from here. They do have some food, but it's pretty minimal. They do have like some hot dogs and some pizza and stuff that are pre-made. And I'm only going to talk about Hillsboro, where I'm at in North Dakota. It is very slim pickings here. The closest Walmart is about 45 minutes away in Fargo. So what I would suggest to you if you're going to come to the beet harvest is stock up on dry goods and stock up on canned goods. Sorry about that, Wolfie went crazy. So what I would suggest is stock up on your dry goods, stock up on your canned goods. You're going to be, in a perfect world, you're going to be working 12 hours a day and working straight through. You're not going to have time to go to the grocery store, especially if the nearest Walmart is 45 minutes away. But I do think that you could slide down. There's one market here in Hillsboro. It's small. Another one 20 miles away, which is an even bigger one, a nicer one, and they actually have pretty good selection. But as far as like fresh vegetables and fresh meat, it's gonna be a month where the more vegetables you eat, the better off anyway. So just be aware of that. There's not a Walmart here. It's shopping is way far away. And you know that now that you've watched this video, and you can plan for that. Get spaghetti. You can get spaghetti and make that without meat, and you'll be fine. Ramen, I hate that because I'm a professional cook, but I hate that. But I didn't come here to cook. I didn't come here to, I came here to work. So for this month, I'm gonna be eating a lot of green beans out of cans and stuff that I wouldn't normally eat. So tough it out. Now that you know that. So yeah, there you go. So that's it. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Like I said, the campground Hillsboro is amazing. Amazing people. The woman that I've met that runs it is amazing. The woman who checked us in and got us ready took our paperwork was amazing. Everyone up here seems fantastic. Now I haven't actually I did 6 hours. I did a 2-hour orientation and 6 hours on the piler, and then I trained on the skid steer and some other stuff. So I do kind of understand the job. And like I said, it's not a hard job. It's a way for us to come together as a community, as a family, which honestly I haven't done a lot of. I'm a loner. I'm a rebel, Dottie, as Pee Wee Herman's Dottie would say in that movie, which I love so much. Anyway, but it's really an amazing thing to come together for a short amount of time. You fellowship, for lack of a better word. There's all kinds of, there's old people, retired people, young people, black people, white people, brown people, Mexican Americans, African Americans, Jewish Americans. Man, I've met a Muslim American. It's kind of an amazing thing to think how diversified our lifestyle is, and it's a really good place to meet people. If you are in this life and you don't get to meet a lot of people, that's another really great thing. I saw the coolest 4-wheel drive van today, big Sprinter, which I've never seen before. I've seen them online. Of course, we got the big Class A's. We got an older guy. He's in a car. He just sleeps in his car, and he's a hippie, and God bless him. He's here for the beet harvest. So that's really cool. Anyway, I cannot tell you, really, there's been nothing negative about this entire experience. Now, I haven't really worked an entire day yet, but I mean, it's work, man. You're here to work. So if you're thinking about the beet harvest, you should consider this. You can't do it this year. It's too late. But if you're considering this as one of your main streams of income, this is a really good way to work a short amount of time and make a really good amount of money. And in my scenario, where I make $500, I live on $500 a month. That's almost six. If I make $3,000, that's almost 6 months. So I can work a month, and then the next 6 months I can use the money that I made at the beet harvest to live. And I don't know about you guys. That is the reason I got out of I sold my house and sold my crap, and to live and have more experiences instead of more stuff. And this is one of the jobs that allows me to do that. So I think that's it. If you have other questions, hit me with an email below. Find me on social media, etc., etc. It's Eric Hobaugh, ERICHOBAUGH. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those social media stuff. So hit me up there. and we'll go from there. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and you got something out of the beet harvest information that I just dumped on you. Please consider subscribing. We're doing well. We still need to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and we'll be there hopefully in the next few months, but we're plugging towards that. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching, and remember, you have to get up every single day for the rest of your life and do one thing to get you closer to your dreams, and the beet harvest is part of that, or could be. See you on the next one, guys. Hey guys, just wanted to give you a minute of Wolfie. When I do the informational videos and they're just dry and, you know, just information, I get yelled at when I don't have a little minute of Wolfie. I met a couple subscribers and they're like, where's Wolfie, where's Wolfie? And we hate the videos without Wolfie. So yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a second of me loving on Wolfie. Love you, Wolfie. So anyway, guys, if you're looking at the beet harvest, I think it's doable. It's good money. Like I said in the video, I got nothing bad to say about it. Now, after I get done working it, we'll see. But right now, it's been amazing. So if you're considering it, you definitely should try it. Right, Wolfer? Right, Wolfer? All right, guys. See you on the next one.